Welcome back to Critterland. Well, in honor of 1,000 subscribers, I wanted to do a video looking back on the history of Critterland and highlighting some of my favorite parts. Here is a look at one of my very first unboxings on this channel. Oh my gosh, how bad is that? It's still on. You can go watch these old unboxings. They're pretty hysterical. The critter's laying down, it's pink. And here's the more recent ones, so I think I've gotten a lot better. Still have a long ways to go, but it's been so fun learning how to shoot these videos and edit them and make them interesting and add scenery and stories. So that's been really fun. So in this video, to celebrate having 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to go back in time and show you all the old, not all of them, but many of the old setups, tours, kind of how Critterland has evolved since I've been shooting videos, and go over a few of my favorite unboxings and show you, as far as the video goes, not necessarily the actual sets, but show you, how I think I've progressed since starting this channel. And I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know in the comments what type of videos are your favorite. So let's start with tours, and I'm going to go back to the very beginning and show you the very first video ever posted on Critterland. It is still up. I haven't taken any videos down. And look at that, look at the difference. I mean, I really have evolved, but this is the first tour video I ever shot. It was like 3 minutes, and then I did an extended version as well. But I really like this setup. Looking back at this old setup, it kind of makes me like, want to go back in time and simplify the design and not like, I feel like I overthink it a lot now. And I have way more sets than I did even, 5-6 months ago. So yeah, this is the first tour I did. There's my finger. I mean, the camera work is pretty wobbly, and I'm working on that. I'm not perfect still, but I really like how a lot of this is set up. I had everything out. I didn't really keep anything in storage, but it was also pretty, there's a lot that has improved as well. Like if you look at how I set this corner up, there's no felt. Everything's kind of thrown together. It just looks a lot more complete today with all the additional buildings and felt and so forth. But yeah, so that's a look at the very first tour that I posted on the channel. And so here is one of the earlier videos where I kind of like wiped the slate and I took everything off and got organized. I got all the furniture off of that thing there in the corner. And I just wanted to do a better job. And I knew I had a bunch of stuff like all throughout Critterland and a bunch of sets that weren't put together with all, like I didn't have all the pieces accounted for. So I went through and I put all these little sets kind of together in their own bags. And I put a bunch of accessories in one place, like in that bin, or a bunch of random things. And organized all the furniture, food, and all of that. And just got, organized. And that has really helped me a lot as I've grown the collection and shot videos and then rearranged and set up and then continue to rearrange and set up Critterland. So that's a look at how it looked a little while ago. You can see I have the 2 tables and I've got all the buildings on the floor there. So I think this video was shot right around the same time when I was organizing that furniture because I still had that giant mansion set up, which was so fun. And all this furniture is like crammed into that old baby changing table. You can see I've got like the baggies sitting out and a bunch of like garden stuff in one pile. And I did a couple time lapses, like a 4-part series. You can go back and watch if you want, of like my initial setup for like my reimagined Critterland. Like once I started making these videos, I did like this 4-part series on setting it up. And that was super fun. And I want to do a lot more setup and tour videos. And it really started taking shape. It was really motivating knowing I was putting out these videos like chronicling the setup to actually complete it. But it was also really challenging because in the span of like 2 or 3 months, I had added like a half dozen buildings, and nothing fit. Nothing fit. Like there were just too many houses. So I remember I put out a short video, basically saying like, I need help. If you have any advice, and there was nothing that could be done. There were just plain too many houses. So I ended up having to get some new tables, which I put up. But yeah, at that time, probably September or October, you'll have to go back and look at the video dates. It was a real challenge. And we made this table a whole lot nicer. We got the grand department store kind of stacked together there. And it was still really a challenge, but I was able to make it look really nice and fit a good number of buildings up there. I ended up taking a lot of them off, which really bugged me and ultimately led to me getting another table. But yeah, so here's how it looked a couple months ago. It looks clean and kind of a lot more simple, but pretty. And I kind of long for it to look this way again. So I guess I just need a bigger room at this point. So yeah, this is how it looked. And I don't know about you, but my favorite kinds of videos to watch from other collectors are tour videos. Like I like to see how their room is set up or how their critter area is set up, how they organize it, all the different sets they have. I like to see like a lot of stuff in the video. And so that's why I try to, even just on an unboxing, more recently, I've been trying to show more of the collection within that video. So it's not just limited to that set, because that's what I enjoy watching. But it's difficult if my setup doesn't change to make new videos interesting. So it just requires like, constantly making updates, which obviously I don't do. So that's another challenge. But when I got the tables, that was really exciting because I had updates that I could put out. And I chronicled that. So this table went here, and the vision for it was the camping or lake area. And that's what it is today. So initially, I just threw all the buildings up, and I was so excited. I put a video out like, look, we have our tables, and this is, what it looks like. And then I moved this beautiful vintage mansion over to the other table. I added the felt, and my lovely little daughter helped. And that was really exciting. And you can see in the mirror, you can see like the backs of a lot of those sets that are placed on that table. So that's really cool. And what I found is that like the more space I seem to have, like the more I would accumulate, and like it just never ceases to be a problem. So this is how it looked when, the day I put the felt down. I just wanted to get a sense for how it would look. It still isn't complete. It probably never will be, but it's the journey. That's fun. So yeah, this is how it looked after putting the new tables up. Kind of a mess. But yeah, again, this table really hasn't changed much. This table I've changed around a lot. I added the bakery. I finally found a home for that. And I was able to fit 3 shops across because I moved the Grand Hotel. And that piece there that I just pointed to, that goes to the bakery. So yeah, so this is how it's set up currently with, I don't think with any changes. Now the camping lake area table is much better now. And I've put more buildings there. So this is the most recent look I have at the entire Critterland, and it's from the video I did with all of the critters. So it's kind of hard to see the setup, but you can see the whole collection here. So yeah, that's the evolution from the very beginning of the Critterland videos to today. And this was really fun putting together. It was so fun looking back to these old videos. Not that old, but, old for the channel. And just seeing the progress. And it's in the comments. And you guys are just so fun to interact with. I really appreciate all your kind words and also your critical words. Especially when it's said out of a spirit of kindness and helpfulness. Like I had a viewer tell me that my videos were like shaky and it was a lot of zooming in and out. And so it made it hard to watch. And I went back and watched a lot of the videos and I realized she was absolutely right. Like I just didn't have a steady hand with the camera. And so that kind of feedback helps me. Don't be afraid to be honest and tell me what you want to see. I want to put out stuff that's enjoyable to watch, the kinds of things I'd want to watch. And sometimes when you're in it, like making the videos, you kind of, lose the perspective of the viewer. So be sure to give me all your feedback. All right, well, let's move on and look at some setups that I've done since starting this channel. And here I'm going to show you the setups that are my favorite that I've done. This one here is from that giant mansion, my #1 video for views so far. And this is me taking it down because I couldn't find the footage of the actual video. And then this is like all the buildings that were part of it. So that was a really big project, and it was just for fun. I didn't even intend for it to be a video initially. I just wanted to like see how many of these buildings I could stack together, because at that time I took the entire Critterland down and they were all separated. So that was super fun. And the other one, probably my top favorite, is the Grand Hotel. This was an enormously long process, from ordering it to it getting lost in the mail to buying a different one and then this one arriving, having to clean it and set it up and all of that. It was just so much fun, and I think the end result was really good. And this is probably my favorite setup video because I set up a tripod and did a time lapse of setting up each and every single room. And I think it turned out really well. Now, of course, if I could go back, there are a lot of things I would have done better, little minor things that just, I now learned from experience. But I really like the concept of it. I got really good feedback, and I think that's my #2 most watched video. So if you haven't seen the hotel setup video, go check it out. And you can also watch like the Grand Hotel journey. It's like a dozen videos of all the drama leading up to being able to set it up. And it's virtually unchanged. It is almost exactly the same way, still here in Critterland. And the other setup video that I think turned out really well was the Grand Department Store, where I put together like a really big department store from all of our Town Series buildings. Now, the Town Series buildings are not my favorite compared to the Village and the more, cottagey themed. But I really enjoyed this video because I made a really long story of like all the critters going shopping and buying different things. So that was really fun and helped inform how I was setting it up. Like, how could certain parts of it be interactive? So I thought that turned out really well, and I really had a lot of fun putting that together. And unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot more setups, so I really want to do a lot more where I'm setting up houses and buildings because I think they're so fun to watch. So let's move on and look at some unboxings I did. I already showed you the first horrible unboxing, one of the first horrible unboxings, but this is one I really enjoyed. This is the carport home. And this was one of the longest unboxings, if not the longest, because I took it I opened it from the package, set it up on the carpet, and actually really bad lighting. So that part of the video, I wish I could go back and fix. The lighting was terrible initially. And so then I moved it into Critterland and shot it from all angles on the tables here in the better lighting. So it was an extensive unboxing, and my favorite part about unboxing this set was all the pieces. I mean, this was the entire carport gift set with the car and all the furniture, like everything. It wasn't missing a single piece. I even found the little table that I thought was missing was actually like part of the car. And it came with these extras. This is the only little mini figure like this that we have, and it came in this set. And it came with that little hamster and fountain swing set. So that was a lot of fun shooting this. And then, of course, doing the follow-up video where the hamster family moved in. And that was an unboxing of the hamster family that I dovetailed into a little moving in video. And then the bakery, probably my most favorite unboxing. It was a very fun order to receive. This was from Kobe, Japan. And it came with the entire bakery set pretty much complete. I think it was missing something, but it was pretty complete. And I ordered a few other items with it, like this little baby chihuahua and a vintage-ish kitchen set that I ordered separately. So this was a really fun one because I always wanted this bakery. It's old and just super cool, and it was in really good condition considering its age. And I just had so much fun going through all these millions of pieces and this beautiful furniture and examining it and setting it up. So that, I would say, probably was my most favorite of all the unboxings. And then this one I added in here because I thought it was fun unboxing the Honeybee Acres van because it was different. And we got to draw a comparison between the Sylvanian families, which I'm constantly unboxing and reviewing, to a different brand. So that was a lot of fun. And this was a really cool little van too. And so I thought it was neat to branch out a little bit and talk about other things that could be compatible with Calico Critters. Another one of my favorites is the popcorn sheep because this set is so cool. And because I was so like enthralled with this set, it's still one of my all-time favorite sets. I just really enjoyed unboxing it. And also with the lavender rabbits, this is my most prized, most favorite ever family, I would say, because they're just so special. And they're so beautiful with their beautiful lavender tips. So this unboxing was very special to me. And one of the ones where I realized I had to up the game and really like add more into it. Instead of just showing off the critters, I wanted to make it more of an experience and include more of the collection. So that was kind of a turning point there. And also, this hot dog van is such a fun set. It was so fun doing the video because I got to show the chipmunks like eating hot dogs and riding in the van. So it felt like being a kid. I really had a lot of fun opening this one and playing with it on camera. And then one of the more recent ones I did that I really enjoyed was opening the Seaside sets from Sylvanian storekeepers in London. It had like Cherry's Day at the Seaside, and then I included this other Seaside set that I had already opened, and then this barbecue set, and I incorporated other figures, and then the Seaside birthday party. And this was so much fun putting together. So yeah, these are a bunch of unboxings that I really enjoyed since Critterland videos began. And I would love to hear your thoughts. What would you like to see going forward? What types of videos are your favorite? Is there anything you want me to do differently? Anything in particular you want to see? Is the cadence of videos enough? Am I uploading too much, not enough? So let me know what you think, and thank you for all your support. Here's to another 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. See you next time.